Ladies and gentlemen, we meet again towards Parashat Bo for a short and sweet idea, something absolutely amazing we can see in the first Passover ever, the first Pesach Mitzrayim. How did they do the first Pesach, or first Passover, as the end of the plagues were happening? How did they get their act together, and how did it really work? It worked differently than the Pesach we know today. One of the main differences was that we had to put the blood on our doorposts. Why the blood on the doorposts? Because the Pasuk says that HaKadosh Baruch Hu will see the blood and he will pass over us. That means HaKadosh Baruch Hu is going around killing the firstborn in the whole of Egypt. However, a door that has blood on the doorposts, he will pass over that door and will not kill the firstborn of that family. However, there are a few questions that arise in this. One is through Rashi, because what does Rashi say? V'haya hadam lachem leot, says Rashi, lachem leot velo la'acherim leot, mikan shelo nanu hadam ela mibifnim. That means the blood was not put on the outside of the doors, on the doorposts, and the threshold at the top of round the door on the outside, but on the inside. So how somebody passing from the outside can see it? So why do we have to put the blood from the inside? That's not clear. And the second thing is from Yonatan ben Uziel, the Targum, the translation, one of the earliest translations we have, still 1,000 years before Rashi, is still from the time of the Second Temple. He translated the whole Tanakh into Aramaic, and as we know, every translation is an interpretation. So his translation, the Haya Adam Lachem Leot, he says, what blood? The blood of the Brit Milah, because everybody needed a Brit Milah then in order to eat from the Pesach offering, and the blood of the Pesach offering itself, the blood of the Brit Milah, the blood of the Pesach offering. You put the two bloods together and you mix them together with a certain branch of an Azov, and then you paint it around the door from the inside. What is going on here? This doesn't sound like a Jewish thing. What is the idea behind this? So that's the question. These are the questions of Rabbi Moshe Sofer, Schreiber, known as the Khatam Sofer, one of the greatest rabbis in Europe 200 years ago. And he has a very interesting answer. And he says, what does it mean, these two mitzvot, on a deeper level? What is the deeper level of circumcision, of Brit Milah? You are cutting yourself. You are actually injuring yourself. You're fighting against yourself. And what does it mean actually sacrificing and slaughtering the Egyptian god, which is this paschal lamb? It is fighting something external. Blood has always got to do with fighting. The Red Berets are always the frontline soldiers. The blood is fighting. And we have two types, as a Jew, we have two types of fights to fight. One is internal fights. In fact, we have in us three bugs, says the Mishnah in Avot, Rabbi Elazar Kapar Omer, Kin'a v'ata'ava v'akavod motzim et ha'adam min ha'olam, which means jealousy and envy and passion and lust and self-honor and pride are three issues that we all have to fight against, which are internal to our personality, which are negative sides of our personality. We shouldn't be jealous, and we shouldn't be passionate and lusty, and we shouldn't look for our own honor and our own pride. We can take pride in others, we can give others honor, but we shouldn't look for our own pride. And therefore, doing the Brit Milah shows we are willing to fight our negative influences that we have from the inside. But that's not enough, says the Khatam Sofer. he says we also have to slaughter the Pesach offering, which shows we're willing to fight against external effects and external influences on us, which are not good. And that's a Jewish life. Jewish life has to be on the guard and has to fight. We know what we want. We know we want Torah and we want mitzvot, and we have a certain ideology and a certain way of life. And we have enemies. We have internal enemies, which is shown by the blood of the milah, and the external enemies, which are shown by the blood of the Pesach lamb. And we mix them both together and we smear them on the door from the inside so that we should see. We should understand that we are, as Jews, we are in battle. And if we understand that, then HaKadosh Baruch Hu will pass over us and not kill us. And that is the deeper understanding of this incredible idea that they had to put the blood from the inside of their doors as Jewish people. And in our yeshivot and our ulpanot of Bnei Akiva, we teach our young men and young women about these issues. We have to be careful about external negative influences, and we have to be aware of our personal internal negative influences and be on the guard always to keep them in the right derech, to keep them b'derech Hashem for a long, long time. As long as we live, we should be proud of our students in this world and in the world to come.